Hey everyone, another day of cooking with Ben here, and today we are making steak and egg hash. We have two ribeye steaks right here, thin cuts. They're working in the garage, so if y'all hear that, that's what that noise is outside. And we have two potatoes, some tomatoes, and one onion. And over here, we have some eggs, because this requires eggs. And we're gonna get started. This is mostly a breakfast dish, but can also be used for dinner. So the first time I had this was actually this year, back in April. I was in New York City, and the hotel I was staying at had a restaurant inside of it, and they served this for breakfast, and I thought it was very good. But you can still eat it for dinner or lunch too. I mean, food's food. So we're gonna get started. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is chop the steak into bits, into pieces, not too small. Now, I know steak is very expensive right now, so, I mean, you can use any beef you want to, any cut of beef, any type of beef you really want, but I'm just using steak. But if you want to use like a cheaper kind, that's perfectly fine. It's just, you just need some type of beef. I mean, in all honesty, you could probably make this with any meat, chicken, pork, mutton, any venison. I think you can make this right, anything, but we're just using beef because beef is the main meat that's being used in this dish. I'm gonna try to cut these bones out. So I got this cut out. Got some good cuts right here. We're almost done with this piece. A little bit more needs to be cut out. We've almost got everything off. Trying to get as much as we can. This meat along the bone is pretty tough. And there's a lot of bone right here, so we're just trying to get off as much as we can. All right, so that's all I think we can get off. The rest is mostly just gonna be like very little. So that's the most we can get off for now. And I'll do the same to the other piece. So now our meat is cut and we have our cast iron skillet. If you do not have a cast iron skillet, you can use any skillet as long as it's kind of deep like this. And we're on medium heat. And right now, we're gonna add half a stick of butter. Go ahead and put that in. And then we're gonna let this this move around. Oh, kind of got stuck on that. Oops, do not do that. All right. So let it heat up now. As long as you got your butter on the skillet, you're going to add your meat. We're at a good temperature now. Now that your meat is in the skillet, you're going to cook your meat until it's brown. Now, beef can be rare or red on the inside, so you don't have to worry about it being undercooked, of course, because it's beef. But you're going to cook all your meat until it's brown on the outside. So you can hear behind me, the meat is cooking in the skillet on the stove. But now it's time to chop the vegetables. We have our 2 potatoes right here. And how you'll chop your potatoes: cut them like this. And basically you'll just chop them into pieces like that. And you have dices like this. And this is basically how you're going to chop your potatoes into little dices. So now that we got our potatoes chopped, and just by the way, I did add a 3rd potato. I didn't think it'd be enough, but I added a 3rd one just in case. Now we're going to start on the tomatoes. We do have 1/2 a big tomato right here. We do have a little one. So the potatoes you're going to cut into rather big chunks. These are a little too big, so I'm going to cut them down a little. So those are the tomatoes. We might as well do the rest right here, there's not much. So those are the tomatoes, and we're gonna start the onion now. Hopefully it won't be as bad as last time. So as you can see, I have separated the potatoes and the onions from the tomatoes here in this bowl. Now the last thing we'll do with the potatoes and the tomatoes, with the potatoes and the onions before they go in with the beef, we're gonna season them with garlic salt and pepper. Mostly the potatoes you're gonna season. Not really the onions, and definitely not the tomatoes. You're only gonna put seasoning on you're only gonna put this on the potatoes for now. All right, that's good. And we're gonna add it in with the beef. Once again, your skillet will be on medium heat, or just a little bit under. Now we're gonna add this in. So now we have gotten our potatoes and our onions in with our beef, and we're gonna cook these together like so until the potatoes and the onions are cooked down. So we've got the potatoes and the onions pretty well cooked down, and now it's time to add the tomatoes. Now the tomatoes are not going to be in here for that long, but they're going to be in here for quite a bit, for a little bit, not for very long. Only until they start to cook down a little, and then it'll be time to add the egg. So as you can see, the main course is cooking, or almost done. Now we're going to cook the eggs on this other pan. We're going to use a little bit of Pam. Make sure it is at about medium heat, lower heat though. And then we're going to crack 4 eggs. Oop. We're gonna let those cook sunny side up on each side. Do not flip them, just leave them like that. Or flip them when they're done. All right, the eggs have been cooked, and this is our final product. We have the steak, the tomatoes, the onions, and the potatoes all mixed in together, and the egg. And this is our final product, and we are going to enjoy this. All right, we have sat down. Everything's very good. Everything's very good.
Very good.
Yes. All right, thank you. All right, thank you for joining us. Another day of cooking with Ben. Hope you have a great day. Thank you.